Not a single killer, but a perfect storm, a total systems collapse. You see this domino effect. First, there's climate change, droughts. That leads to widespread famine. Then you get mass migrations and raids from desperate people, like, say, the Sea Peoples. The trade routes shatter, cutting off that essential tin. And finally, the whole system just fails. Alliances break down, you get rebellions, opportunistic wars. It wasn't one thing, it was everything, all at once, with each crisis just making the next one worse.
And it looks like the first domino to fall was a climate catastrophe. We have evidence of severe droughts, maybe even a massive volcanic eruption that just choked the sky with dust. And what does that lead to? Crop failures, widespread famine, and here's the key. This weakened every single empire at the exact same time. You can even see it in this desperate message from a Hittite queen to Egypt, basically saying, "I have no grain in my lands."
And this reframes the whole Sea People's story, doesn't it? All of a sudden, our prime suspects, well, they start to look a lot less like ruthless conquerors and a lot more like desperate refugees. Just another group of victims, fleeing their own ruined homelands, trying to find somewhere, anywhere, to survive in a world that was collapsing all around them.
So, the late Bronze Age collapse, it wasn't caused by one thing. It was the total failure of a complex, interconnected system that just couldn't handle multiple crises hitting it all at once. And if that sounds a little familiar, well, it should.
And this right here is the really crucial takeaway for us today. Look at the parallels. They had interdependent trade routes. We have globalized supply chains. They relied on a key resource, tin. We rely on oil and microchips. They were vulnerable to systemic shocks like climate change and famine. We're vulnerable to climate change and pandemics. Their world is basically a mirror of our own. The exact same kinds of vulnerabilities that destroyed their world, they exist in our global system right now. What happened to them is a powerful reminder that civilization is actually a really fragile thing. Their story is like a 3,000-year-old warning screaming at us from the past. It shows that these huge, complex systems that support our entire way of life, the ones that feel so permanent, so stable, can be way more vulnerable than we think.
And that leaves us with one last, kind of unsettling thought. They had no idea their world was about to end until it was already collapsing around them. Which really makes you wonder, doesn't it? How fragile is our own interconnected world? What hidden stresses are building in our system right now? And how well would we really hold up if our own perfect storm started to gather?